What's up, everybody?
Hello, hello.
Hello.
That's right. We up in here.
Sawbona.
Sawbona.
Sawbona. What's your response? Come
Uh,
on now. What's a lapa, Bamba? Catch up.
uh,
Unjani.
yeah. Sawbona
Yes,
Ujani.
yes.
Yes.
Or your response could be, Ngikashi.
Nah, I have
I'm
not
good.
tried that one.
I'm good.
because-
Or remember, Ngiapila.
Oh yeah, Gia
Yes,
Pila.
yeah.
Yes.
Anyway.
Gia Pila.
What's up, everybody? So we back here. Came out here for a minute
Yes.
to, it's been probably a couple weeks.
Yeah.
So we figured we'd come out here real quick and just do a little session, if you will. So after coming back in last night, changing up a little bit, going to the concert and stuff, right?
Yes,
Went to go
that was
check
fun.
out our peeps,
Yes.
Hiatus Coyote.
Yes.
I wonder if they familiar with them in South Africa.
Don't know.
I'm not sure.
Let us know in the comments.
Yeah,
if you
man.
Are.
I mean, they would love their music. I'm not sure if they tour places like South Africa. I've never known of them to do that, but
Right.
you know,
It
I've
was a good
seen
concert.
them about a few times now over the years, but just really enjoyed their time out. Change it on up, but
Yeah.
we wanted to. So first things first, let's just get it out the way. We'll just do our like, share, subscribe kind
Like,
of thing,
share,
because
subscribe.
I'll forget. We
Yes.
have our little 1,000. Our little 1,000 subscribers or whatever, you know, we're maintaining right there. So
Yes.
you know, we try to, I guess, grow the channel when we can, you know,
Yeah.
but we'd have to come out and I guess put out more content doing different stuff. But it's kind of difficult for us, right?
Yeah.
I mean, given our particular situation, right?
Right. Because we don't want to just put out anything.
Yeah, but we make it make sense.
Right.
So we'll do what we can do, and those who want to rock with us and who appreciate us, they'll be there,
Exactly.
and they'll enjoy it when we put stuff out there.
Right.
So so today I wanted to come out and just the hits just keep coming from my little last trip. I think I'm jinxed from
Right.
rolling solo this time.
Yes.
I guess normally with this situation I might have been a little less susceptible
Right.
to what happened this time.
That's true.
I think it
I was
really
not
would have
there.
been. So but
That's a good point.
But we'll get to that in a second though. So the hits keep coming. The other night, last week, I guess now. And unfortunately, a lot of times when we get these notifications, it always happens in the middle of the night while we're
Right.
asleep, right? Because we have a 6-hour time difference. So when things happen and we need to be reached or whatever, it's gonna wake us up in the middle of the night. 2 o'clock, 3 o'clock in the morning, because it's morning for them. They're
Right.
getting their day started over there with breakfast and coffee and all that kind of stuff, getting the work day going. So I got woken up in the middle of the night early last week, as you know, because I said something about it.
Right.
And I picked up my phone because the phone is always there, right? I mean, we have these phones, and they're never not with us, right?
Right.
We can always be reached whether we want to or not. And so, got the notification, got the audible notification. So I picked up the phone. I think I was gonna go to the bathroom anyway, or whatever. So I looked at it, and I got this email, and that was from the rental car company, from Hertz, right? From when I rented the car at OR Tambo.
Right.
Like we always rent a car when we're there, right? Because we drive ourselves around. And I look at this email, and it was an invoice. And I'm thinking, okay, I thought we got this wrapped up, with this invoice, paying this
Right.
invoice. We're waiting for our little refund deposit refund to, get back to us, to our credit card and stuff once we return the vehicle. So I'm like, what is this invoice? So I open up this invoice, and I see, I'm like, wait, they're asking for some money or something. And I was like, that doesn't make sense. So, but because it was, early in the morning, in the middle of the night, and I was half asleep anyway, I just figured, okay, I'll be up in a few hours. The day will break, and, it'll be light outside, and, we'll get our day going. And so I just look at it at that time, right? So, laid back down, then woke up a few hours later. First thing I did was grab my phone, check the emails again. Let me see what this is about. So I look at it, and it's this thing that's called a sundry invoice. Sundry invoice, SUNDRY. Now, I've really only heard that term before, like in the context of, say, you have things that have been done in various and sundry ways, kind of like that old English speak. That's the only time I've really ever heard that term applied. Various and sundry ways, whatever that means.
Right.
And I think that sundry probably means I don't know, disorganized, maybe I don't know, shady. Whatever. But in this context, when I think about it, I'm like, okay, it means probably you screwed up somehow.
Right. Yeah,
right?
Right.
So I'm like, okay, a sundry invoice. So I open it up and I see this long email text that they have where they basically said, and this, you gotta love the way that they scold you in South Africa, right? It's just scolding the South Africa way. Like, you can get checked on something, in one society like here, and it's real kind of like, kind of nasty, right? Brutally nasty sometimes. Whereas, you can have a conflict with that personality on that side, and you can get checked, but it's kind of like some of the most like polite or I don't want to say passive aggressive, professional. Well, yeah, I guess it would be professional. It's quite professional, but the way they said it was like, they said, "We respectfully submit that you had ample time to familiarize yourself with the relevant terms and conditions prior to your collecting the vehicle." Right? That's what they said. So I mean, I felt like, I was like, man, I just felt like I just got smacked around by Hertz. I'm like, man, these people, they got some damn nerve. They're like, oh, we trusted you. You had ample time to look at that, look at that agreement.
The documents thoroughly.
And I'm thinking to myself, no, I didn't. Who does?
Right. Nobody, you just
like
skimmed that stuff and signed.
You signed it, right? Because you don't expect that you're going to have a situation.
Right.
Right? So, I'm looking at this thing and I'm going in and I'm like, why are they asking for more money? And they basically said that we're going to charge you because you got a ticket. You got a traffic violation in Johannesburg, right? So that's...
And I didn't even believe it to be true.
Yeah, I didn't know what it was because I'm like, okay, so I'm thinking back to the little situation that I had, with flashing light, get off to the side, right? Which, you kind of know what that is, right? So I thought about that, but I'm like, he told me that he was going to write me a ticket for 1,500 Rand, by the way. That's what he said to me.
Right.
1,500 Rand. I'm like, man, come on, man. Right? And he didn't. Right. Because there was no violation.
Right.
And so I'm thinking to myself, okay, I know I did. And so I'm wondering, I'm like, did these dudes railroad me? Did somebody go around to the back of the car when I was off to the side and take down the license plate number and say, we still going to get him? Right. And write him a ticket and submit it after I left? Turns out that was not the case. No. Right. But somehow I got this traffic ticket. So I'm like, okay, what's going on here? I thought it was a scam.
Right.
I'm like,
that's always the first thought.
Hertz got some nerve. Yeah. Like, I paid them, gave them the car back, no damage to the vehicle. Right. The experience was a great experience, right? And I'm like, yeah. And I'm like, and they gonna come behind me with something like this? So I'm just trying to make sense of it all at this point. And then I'm kind of worried because I'm like, damn, I got a traffic ticket in another country. Exactly. Like, I can see going back, getting off the plane, they be like, they be pulling some United States stuff, like your boy. Right. And so bear with me a second, y'all. I have to get some tea. So I just got to thinking, I'm like, so what do I do? So I started to panic a little bit and I'm like, okay, I got to get this figured out because I can't have a ticket outstanding over there, because I got to drive over there, right? Right. And you don't want to get pulled over and you find out you got a warrant for your arrest in a foreign country. And again, I'm not trying to get locked up in nobody's jail.
Or be late paying the ticket.
Be late paying the ticket with a fine and or whatever. And so I'm like, okay. So what do I need to do? So I say, let me figure out, number one, if it's a legit charge or whatever, So I went out doing internet searches, pull up boy ChatGPT, right? And just started to ask some questions and stuff like that. And so it gave me some suggestions. And it mentioned like the first place that I should go is to go to a place called Fines SA. Fine South Africa. Oh, okay. So I guess that's a nationwide thing that if you have a violation or any type of fine, I'm assuming it could be any type of fine. Well, that may be issued by the government or whatever, that you can go there and you can see it.
Oh,
right?
that's good.
So Find South Africa is one of the websites that it mentioned to me. And then another thing that it did was it mentioned some place called Pay City. Like, and there's an app associated with that, the Pay City app.
Okay.
So those two sources. But man, I say, okay, good. I got some good information here. So now let's see, what I can find.
Right.
So I went out there, logged onto the website. Well, actually, I couldn't log onto the website because of one of the first things that you have to do. And I was concerned about whether or not I would be allowed to do this, not being a South African citizen.
Oh, okay. What?
Because you always have those types of things in play. It's like, they expect that you're a citizen. And if you don't have a South African driver's license, or if you're not a citizen and don't have, like, the national ID or whatever it is that they have, how am I going to pay this ticket?
Right.
But fortunately, again, I one thing that I continue to be impressed with SA, with having that infrastructure in place to manage all those different things, not only for its own citizenry, but even with the growth that it's seeing, with having more international investment and more people that are investing there and moving there, and those types of things. So it takes that into account. If you have a foreign document, a passport or whatever. So, but I set up an account, logged onto the website. I had the violation number from Hertz on the rental, the email that they sent me. The invoice had the violation number. I think it was on the invoice that they sent. Had the violation and the amount that they were going to charge me for the inconvenience of now having to deal with this ticket that was dumped on them, saying, hey, this person rented this car from you, or hired the vehicle. I think that's the term that you apply to it over in South Africa, is to hire the vehicle. And they got a traffic violation. So I put in that ticket number, and then the file came up on screen. Had the violation, had a picture of my ass behind the wheel of the car.
So
I was a believer then.
Then.
I knew it was legit then. And I'm like, okay, so where did this happen? So I'm trying to think, where did this happen? But I could see myself behind the wheel, see my glasses and everything, and so I felt better at that point. I was like, okay, I did something, right? But I don't remember doing anything.
I forgot that they do post that they have the cameras and stuff. I mean, no different than we have here. But I think you just tend to forget about that when you're driving.
So most of the cameras that they have here.
Now, I've never seen them there.
Yeah. You see the signs, and then typically there's like a pole or something, or a tower nearby with a camera on it, right? But the cameras that they have here are mostly for running red lights.
Right.
If you run red lights, they have, but
exactly.
They have a lot of speeding cameras.
Yes.
I guess they have, now I don't know if it's a lot, but they have speeding cameras that are posted on the road somewhere that can detect if you're speeding. So there might not be a cop there,
right? But
there's a camera somewhere that's checking your speed and getting a picture of you if you get caught speeding.
Right.
And I've seen the signs before when we're there.
Yeah, I've seen them too.
But again, it goes back to, like I was saying a second ago, if you had been there with me in a car, or somebody else, if I wasn't rolling solo, probably wouldn't happen, because I'm typically a lot more conscious if I'm in the car with other people, right? Because I'm responsible for me, I'm responsible for you, and I might have been a little bit more relaxed because I was rolling solo, just kind of chilling, just listening to my music and stuff, and just and that sort of thing. But a camera got me somehow, and so I'm trying to figure out, okay, where is this? And I looked on the details of the thing. It said that I was doing like 75 and 60. And we're talking kilometers, right? Kilometers per hour, right? Because it's metric. And that's another thing I think that came into play as well. Because though I'm used to seeing the signs, it probably just didn't register with me. And here's what it turns out what happened. It happened in Randburg. It happened in Randburg when I when I went to the second dentist to get that CT done of my jaw so that they could see that tooth. When I went from the one dentist over in the Glens, right over near us, she sent me out to Randburg. And when I was in Randburg, it was an area that I was totally unfamiliar with. It was my first time out there. And what probably happened was my finding my way, getting settled back into the road to make my way back to Johannesburg South, I probably just wasn't paying attention. Right. And so I was probably on the street where I didn't necessarily see a camera when I came there, because when I got there, I basically got off the main road, turned into the dentist, and I was there.
You probably was focusing in on the GPS to get you back.
Exactly. You know, and that's when I determined that it was. They had some type of camera mounted somewhere in Randburg that was not too far from the dentist that I went to.
Right.
That got me speeding. I was driving faster than I now. Again, because I'm always conscious about it when we're over there, because I don't want a speeding ticket, and I don't want to find myself in a situation where I'm having to go into somebody's courtroom or whatever. You know, I typically obey the speed limit. Like even when we have people that are pushing us, the locals there who will get behind you and they'll honk and they're like, "What are you doing?" You know, you're doing the speed limit, maybe a little bit over, but you got them because they're used to things. They're pushing it, right? And so if you're in their way, they want you out of the way, right? But I still make sure that I drive the speed limit and I'm not doing that. So that's why it kind of got to me, because I'm like, you know, I really work hard to make sure that I obey the traffic laws over there, because realizing that we're foreigners, we don't want to have a situation.
Not at all.
And so it really threw me when I saw it. It was kind of humorous though at the same time, because I'm like, man, there I am on camera, like they got me. Smile, you're on camera. Nice, we got your ass, right? You know, so that's what it was, man. And so what I did was I went and I also created an account on the Pay City app. So I downloaded that app. So I now have that app on my phone. So you'll need to do the same so you could have it. So if you ever have a situation, which hopefully that you won't.
Right.
But I set up an account on there, and then I went and put in the ticket number or whatever. And that I'm still waiting on, because actually I can't go any further on the Pay City app in order to pay the fine now, because now I have to wait for a JMPD. Now that since they took the money from my credit card, Hertz did. The issue with them is now settled. So they got their money. So now what they'll do, I guess, is kick the ticket back or release it to Johannesburg Police Department, JMPD, and then they'll say, okay, that's taken care of on your end. So now we will redirect the ticket and the fine to the driver of the vehicle, or who the driver of the vehicle was.
Did the site say how long?
They didn't. So now I have to wait, as you have to do with a lot of things, right? Or you trying to do something administrative over there. You could be waiting, you know, because the thing about Hertz, they told me, they said, if you dispute this, you got 30 days to get back to us.
Right.
They give you 30 days to say, hey, if you something you disagree with or something you dispute, even after they scolded me, they was like, hey, if you got a dispute, we'll give you 30 days, get back with us. But yeah, once I saw that picture, I was like, I wrote back to them. I typed the email back. I said, hey, y'all got me. I said, I will not be disputing this. I said, my main concern at this point, and they didn't give me a response to that. And I'm hopefully everything will be fine when we go back next time.
Oh, right. For when we rent it.
Because I told them, I said, listen, my main concern is being in good standing with, you know, with the rental agency, because it was totally something that I did not do intentionally. You know, I was unaware. And I said, my main concern is making sure that I'm still in good standing, you know, because I do like the experience of renting through them, because I prefer them over, I think it was Woodward or whatever they're called, because that experience was just bad.
It's horrible.
But yeah.
But they do have some other options, though.
Yeah, I mean, we have other options, but I think she probably just overlooked it, you know, because I sent a nice little email back. It had quite a bit in it, and so she probably forgot to answer that piece.
Well, we will know.
Well, yeah, I think if there was a situation, they would have said it. They would have made it clear. It's like, especially since I paid them the fine, there was no pushback. It was like, I paid them their money. Hey, you know, I was in violation technically of the agreement by getting the speeding ticket, but at the same time, I'm sure we're not the first people who rented a car from Hertz over there and maybe got a speeding ticket. You know, because people, if you're renting a car, chances are you're not from there, and you know, you're foreign, and you're probably going to be.
Wasn't in no accident.
Right, exactly.
Like
even people, I'm sure people have had accidents because they're not used to driving in Johannesburg, and they might have had an accident, might have had some liabilities, but that's also why we pay for all the insurance, get all the best, pay the expense. The insurance was more than the rental cost was for the vehicle.
Which is why we didn't get a refund.
Yeah, we paid more for the insurance for the week than we did to rent the vehicle.
Yeah.
But we'll be good there. So now I have to, and I'm going to follow up with them probably this week to find out how long it takes for them to approve my passport, because I had to provide them my passport number so that they can, because I think that's how they tie it into knowing who you are.
So that was for the police. That was for
for JMPD. For JMPD.
Okay.
That I had to provide. Well, not for JMPD. They already have. They know who I am because when we go through customs and border patrol.
When you're saying that you have to wait, you have to provide the passport.
That's with Fine South Africa.
Oh,
with Fine South Africa, who manages all the fines.
Okay.
Right. Not Fine South Africa, the Pay City app.
Pay City.
They probably all tied together,
yeah,
but Pay City app, the Pay City entity is who need to approve my passport. So I gave them my passport information, and now they'll probably take and record that and cross-reference it with Customs and Border Protection (CBP) over there, and so they can identify who I am, and then they'll say, okay, here's your fine, give us our money. So it was 800 rand to Hertz I had to pay. And then it's going to be like 150 rand to JMPD, who levied the fine against me,
right?
To get that taken care of, and then next time we go back, hopefully I'll give them my license and they'll give us the vehicle and we'll be like, come with us, sir. So you need to come with us,
right?
Ooh, I can't imagine.
But like you said, it was our first time. We've been renting there for multiple years.
Yeah. Second time with Hertz.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. But it's all still tied to the passport.
Yeah.
So. But yeah, we'll see though.
So the lessons learned from that is just number one, just pay attention. Right.
Yeah.
Pay attention, and areas that I'm unfamiliar with, be a little bit more sensitive to. And the main thing that I took from that is that a lot of times you can go places and they'll say, we got cameras here, but there's not necessarily cameras there. It's to deter you more so.
Exactly.
But we know now that it's the real deal. When you see a sign that say this might be a speeding camera, then you best believe that it's probably there and working.
Yes.
And so watch yourself.
Exactly.
So that's one lesson learned. And like I said, just pay attention and just be sensitive to those things, and don't get too comfortable because again, like we always say, situations that we've had with having to do business or manage situations over there, you can never get too comfortable, and if you're an individual, who are over there or go spend time over there or doing like we do or whatever, keep up with your communications with these different entities that you deal with, because sometimes you can become complacent, especially when you have those time zone differences like we have. We're +6 sometimes a year, +7 other times of the year, and you can just let things go by. I got to make sure that I keep up with the new management company that takes over for our state, for our levies and stuff, right? That's something next that we got to be on to get that switched over with our banking and stuff to pay them now instead of the other account. So it's just about not becoming complacent, with your communications and stuff, and making sure that we stay connected with the various
following up
with the various entities over there and following up as we need to, So because at the end of the day, we got to make sure that we straight, when we're over there, that we don't have no situations over there, because I'm not trying to deal with that.
Not at all. It's good to hear just what it appears to be two systems to work in. I do like the fact, like you say, you was able to go to Find SA and just be able to type in. I think that's convenient. So I think that was very good. And then the Pay City, even being able to do it prevents you from having to be on the phone.
And you know what? And that. And that's one thing that I saw with Pay City. It's very convenient, because one thing on their website that they said is like, hey, and I guess they use it pretty heavily there, just, for citizens there. They were like, you don't have to be worried about taking off work and doing this. We have the convenience of your being able. I was like, that's all right. That's all right. And so having those, and there was actually probably about 4 different websites that you can go to.
Oh, wow.
Different entities that they have in place to accomplish the same thing, for the most part, where you can go see your fine, the ticket, what the violation is, and all that, and then make arrangements to handle it. So that way you don't have to end up in the courtroom, because I imagine if that was a situation, like if I was really speeding, like what they might classify here as reckless driving, or if I was doing something crazy, I would probably have to hire an attorney or an agent to go on my behalf. Either that or hop on a plane,
right,
and go over there. And that would be an expensive trip, right?
Very.
You talking round trip. You know, you talking, man, almost probably
20,000
rand, and then paying for the fine.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so that would be a bit much. So yeah, I'm just thankful that things worked out the way they did.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, so we'll wrap it up. I just wanted to come share this information. As we make plans to go back over here coming up soon. We'll be back there in no time.
Yes.
So y'all might see. I'm wearing my one of my biking jerseys that I have. I just realized I got the South African flag on. So I represent SA at all times when I'm riding.
Yeah.
When we're bicycling. So we were out a little while ago. We did a bicycle ride today. The two of us got a chance to go out so we can get some exercise. We got about almost 12 miles.
Right.
I don't know what they converts to kilometers. Maybe 24 kilometers, 20 something kilometers.
Yeah,
I think there's 0.6. I think that 0.6 miles for every kilometer. For every kilometer, right. I think there's 0.6. A little bit more than half a mile for each kilometer. Yeah. So it's probably about 22, 23 kilometers.
Yeah.
That's small work right there, though.
Yeah.
I think about, and when I was there the last time, watching the people ride down in Johannesburg South, bicycling is really big down there between riding bicycles and road running on the roads because the landscape and the terrain is just so perfect for that.
It is.
So I look forward to eventually being able to buying a bicycle down there, over there, and ride myself. Either that or the trail on the estate.
Yes. I was thinking about that.
I think that's more mountain biking. I don't pay attention to people.
I think it's mountain biking.
When we've gone over there. I thought I saw people with road, but they're mostly mountain bikes that people have.
From what I've seen, okay. I didn't see nobody not like the bikes that we got here.
Yeah, yeah. So we'll explore the trail in the estate at some point.
Yeah.
Maybe we'll because we can rent bikes from the shop there on the estate.
Oh, okay.
So if you want like a mountain bike, you can rent a bike from there, and we could go explore that time. So we still
we haven't had the opportunity to do that.
Yeah, maybe we'll get a chance to walk there when we're there next time.
Yeah, that's because
it'll be probably heading into spring, early spring, or what would be early spring.
Yeah.
So so that'll be cool. Get a chance to go out and explore that particular piece of the estate. Yeah. But hey, we'll wrap up right now. Just wanted to share that, but just looking forward to it, man.
Yes.
But so we're chilling. Hope everybody out there is well, and we're glad for you to join us. Keep up with our little shenanigans or follies or whatever that we encounter. Like I say, the hits just keep coming. Sometimes it's like this last trip, man. It's been interesting. It's like still dealing with stuff from that.
Yeah.
But hey, at the end of the day. We persevere and we keep going and keep a positive attitude about things and keep looking forward to it. And speaking of which, at the end of the day, it's
Mel
and me, and this has been the podcast. Till next time, y'all take it easy. Peace.